Ladies and germs, gents and lerms. Quite a way with words. I don't even know what that means. Well, my dreams of being a renowned poet are over, so welcome to Panic Uncracked. I'm your host, Chris Panic, and today we got another... Let's switch this up a little bit. I need a break. If you're watching, I'm sure you do too. Heck, let's switch up this playmat too. Just need a refresher. This is how I do it. I just pile mats on top of mats. Let's see how if I can get this up to the point where there's not going to be any focus on the camera anymore. Just have a stack of mats going up about a half of a foot. All right, so we're going to go back today. Well, not that far back, but maybe one day. Let's see. Wait. What the hell even is this? This is way far back. I don't even know why I still have this. Just a set of pre-release packs from Theros, my lord. Ugh. Nah, today we are going to revisit the return of, the remake of, the return to, the remaster of Ravnica Remastered. Alright, so I've been kind of teasing that I was going to try to go back to this set maybe one more time. Actually, never done this set for my YouTube series, but I did buy into this set when it came out. Ravnica is probably my favorite plane of Magic, like the vast majority of Magic players. I started playing, I technically started playing during the Kamigawa block, the original one, which was followed by the original Ravnica block, but I was a poor 20-year-old who couldn't afford much more than I had. So I took a break, but it wasn't until the Return to Ravnica block that I really got into the set and I really started getting into my cardboard crack antics. I did have quite a bit of those cards. I mean, I remember when Cyclonic Rift was pretty dirt cheap and I had quite a few of them. So we're going to go back to this set. I do have enjoyed this. This set has got me through some tough times in life. You don't have to ask me how, just trust me. I had a really nice box opening that kind of was able to help pay for a couple other of these. Also, I am hoping that eventually through my sales of singles, I will be able to finally have enough lunch money saved up to get into the Dragonstorm. I was, like many others, waiting for the Final Fantasy set. I was going to try to get into that a lot. Don't know if that's going to happen. The Dragonstorm set, new Tarkir, Chef's Kiss. I love it. Actually, after this video, I might, instead of playing my PlayStation, I might actually do some drafts just for the hell of it. I'm still torn between that or Duskmourn, being my favorite set of recent memory. I'm kind of a little reluctant to open this, but I think I'm going to try it. So let's get over the fear, everybody. Woo! Let's do this. All right. So this set was interesting. I remember there being a lot of issues with it, where something with the print run, some other things, I don't know. I'm not one of the big investor or buyers with lots of knowledge. I just remember there was something strange about the set, and I remember a lot of people were kind of like not really stoked on it. I'm not going to lie, myself included. I was kind of thinking, okay, what is going to be the value of the set outside of Shocklands? The Shocklands have had quite a bit of reprints, to the point where, I mean, they're not like super high value, but they're still, you know, significant. And then, of course, we have the serialized cards in this set. Wow, this one was kind of... Wow. Okay, packed pretty tight. Did I get an extra pack in here? I mean, probably not, but that'd be kind of cool. Let's do the count here. We got 6 and 6. So yeah, as I was saying, I cracked a box of this. Ended up pulling a serialized card that helped me buy a couple more boxes of this. And that actually did spawn me getting into the idea of doing these YouTube videos and selling singles. Part of my woes also involved a car, and I was able to start putting some money down to get a new car. But yeah, talking about the set, You know, of course, the Shocklands, everybody was kind of like, what else is going to be in here besides that? And I was also like thinking, you know, there were the anime the anime art variants of the cards. And I was kind of like, yeah, those are kind of cool, but whatever. Turns out those are actually pretty high demand. I'm not going to say I don't get it. I used to watch anime. I haven't so much anymore, but there's still definitely a huge market for it. I am old as dirt, so I'm not totally up to speed with the trends that the kids are in these days. So, but yeah, this is definitely going to be a fun set to open. So, and it's too late. I already cracked. I lost all the value of that box. So instead of holding it and trying to make some money, I have just lost some money. Without further ado, let's get into this, because nobody's sitting here watching these videos just to hear me rant and rave about nostalgia or any of that other fun stuff. Although I can if anybody wants to hear it. And just some behind the scenes footage. I'm just setting up a little trash box for myself so I can dispose of everything accordingly. All right, let's go. Let's get in the action. If I do even have any viewers in this video, you are definitely going to get bored. Maybe we'll set a marker to where I actually start opening cards. Probably not. If you're new to this channel, I don't do any pre-production, post-production. I don't really show myself. I don't try to say, hey, join my Patreon or anything. No disrespect to anybody who does that. It's just, I'm doing this for fun. And also, it's just kind of a way to show the cards as they get opened, as I start listing them for sale. Not that I'm a power seller. I'm just a dude, just like a lot of y'all. All right, so Spirit Token to start. And then, you know, the back border. I do enjoy my tokens. Let's see what we get here. All right, token, beast token. Let's set that so I can mark my borders here. Very first thing we got here, we got ourselves a retro border Chord of Calling. Pretty beautiful. I love the retro border green cards, especially. The blue ones are really good too. Actually, all of them are. I think I just have an affinity for the green ones. All right, Chord of Calling retro. We'll set that there. We got ourselves the anime Ravnica into a retro border Blazing Archon. Revival Revenge for foil. And we got ourselves a retro border Gruul Guildgate. If you ever draft the Ravnica sets, pro tip, try to grab as many Guildgates as you can. The mana fixing was always like the biggest draw of the set. All right, Guildgate, Loaming Shaman. I'm just checking my camera view. Hey, we got ourselves another retro border Guildgate, but not foil. I'll keep the retro borders over here. Actually, let's keep the retro border foils in a different spot. Retro borders have a bit of a special spot in my heart. All right, Seamic Guildgate, the Aetherplasm, the Protector, Celestia Guildmage, Downsize, Disembowel, the Balustrade Spy, oops, all spells, and a Blind Hunter. All right, cool. So I'm not expecting a ton of crazy value out of the set, although, like, if I do pull a serialized card, watch it be something not really that worth it, but it'll still be exciting. I think I'm just going to get a lot more excitement out of seeing some of the cards I love from the Ravnica set, which was probably the draw of the said set. All right, next up, we got ourselves a bird token in... Ooh-wee! Okay, it's not as beautiful as a serialized version, but we got ourselves a retro border foil Steam Vents. I'm going to just play it safe here a little bit. We're going to expose the last card behind us as I sleeve this bad boy. Oh, we got ourselves the Anime Massacre Girl. Don't know if that's anything like substantial for value, but who doesn't like a little massacre in, you know, in games of, say, EDH or whatever, where this whole series of creatures just go down and die. All right, cool. Massacre Girl, then good old Niv Mizzet, and Sphinx's Revelation for the foil. Remember when this was a big deal? Thinking back to the Return to Ravnica Theros Standard, we had Blue-White Control, which was just a bunch of these, and what else? Then you had Mono Black Devotion, Mono Blue. Sad times. They weren't so sad, but they were sad. We'll just say it like that. We'll just leave it as it is. Ooh, and we got ourselves a retro border foil Mayhem Devil. I do like this. We'll be going into an EDH deck of mine. And then we'll scan here. Frilled Mystic, Persistent Petitioners, and I'm going to set aside another pile, but the signets are always good to have for, we'll set it there, for Commander. So definitely want to keep those. Cackling Drake, the Devouring Light, the Rakdos Pit Dragon, Slitherhead. This was a favorite of mine. I actually built some standard decks around this card and whatever else. It was always fun because it was a free scavenge. It also got downgraded from an uncommon, so it's very common. Band Together, Boros Elite. Thinking back to the standard of those days, the Boros Elite, just the Boros in general. Undercity Embrace. All right. I was also trying to keep an eye on my focus here of the camera. It's going okay. Please complain. We do have a complaint box somewhere. Maybe I'll set up a P.O. box so you can mail in and tell me like how much I suck at this. You know, whatever. I'm just setting myself up here, aren't I? All right. Good old Goblin token and a retro border Sphinx's Rev with the red-white token. I was just thinking of the battalion mechanic and how oppressive it could be in some standard settings. You know, you get to the 3rd battalion card and you're just popping off. All right, so Sphinx's Red Foil, going there. Spark Double Anime. Life from the Loam Retro. Ooh, this is definitely going into... I should put it here just because it's going. I'm a dredge lover. That's going into some deck I'm going to build eventually. Priest of Forgotten Gods for regular foil, and a Grazer. Yeah, oh yeah, dredge. Let's go. This is also going to a pile because I'm actually building another dredge deck. Oracle and Guildgate. Playcrafter, Evangel, 2 Arms, Leapfrog, the Shield Mage, Forced Adaptation, and Ill-Gotten Inheritance. Maybe I'll set this Forced Adaptation. That's going to go in my Skullbriar deck. Maybe I'll just start foiling it up a little bit. All right. You know, speaking of the Skullbriar, I have a couple Commander decks. That's one of them I have. And there were some cards in Tarkir that are definitely going to be gas for that deck. Especially another one that I play is Kaisar from Fallout, and the Mardu cards. There's some bangers in there for that deck. There's some others, of course. That's not the only thing we have from Tarkir. Here I am talking about dragons and Tarkir when I'm opening up Ravnica. Go figure, right? All right, Elf Knight in 2. All right, Blazing Archon Retro Foil, Aurelia Exemplar of Justice. We got ourselves another Niv Mizzet and foil Stitch in Time. All right, retro Turnabout Foil, Cackling Drake, Dimir Houseguard, and then we got ourselves the Guildgate, Conclave Cavalier, Demon Fire, Petromander, Debtor's Transport, the Grazer again, Syndicate Messenger, and the Flying Haste Sky Knight Legionnaire. Oh boy, just bringing back so many memories to the Ravnica set. I just loved the breakdown of the guilds, how easy it was to understand the mechanics, all that other fun stuff. The Orzhov cards always make me think of that. The classic, you know, pay your debts to the church, all that other fun stuff. All right, let's keep going here. Don't want to waste too much time. If I make this video too long, then I'm going to have even less viewers, right? All right, bird token into, we got ourselves Borderless, alt art, Japanese, anime, foil, Birds of Paradise. I will sleeve that one up too. I usually try to go fast and not spend so much time doing this kind of stuff on these videos, but I kind of just want to get that done. Get it out the way. Atomic, the Advocist, Stitch in Time. Don't care about that card too much. I flip coins. Oh my god. I played a guy on Magic Online who was playing a coin flip commander deck. It was... Alright, I was playing with my Skullbriar deck. He was preventing me from attacking because I kept losing a coin flip. I had a Primordial Hydra and Skullbriar out. Let's just say I had a 250 Skullbriar by the time I could finally attack. That was fun. Court of Calling, foil. And Retro Border, Celestial Guildgate. And Retro Border, Sphere Safety. Another Retro Guildgate. Signet. I think the Signets are probably something, a very good addition to this set. You know, something that adds some value. Condemn, Sphinx of New Prov, Quicken. Speaking of other downgrades, this used to be a rare. I was always hoping this was going to end up doing some kind of more work in competitive Magic, but not really. But it's still something. Gather Courage, Bomber Corpse with the battalion mechanic I was telling you about. Trauma there. Hey, look at that. We got another one. Makeshift Battalion and Call of the Conclave. Another downgraded card from previous sets. This used to be an uncommon. And it was also pretty good, obviously. It was 2 mana for a 3/3 token, so you can't really complain a whole lot about that. All right, I'm going to set things up a little bit, just to make it look like I'm better organized than I really am. You know, I'm just going to try to brag and boast to everybody as much as I can. All right. We're about halfway through this box. I'm not going to complain too much about anything I'm pulling. I mean, I'm doing this for the fun. I could have kept this box sealed for X amount of time and whatever, but we're doing this for fun. All right, so we got ourselves a Goblin token, and behind there, one of my favorites of all time. I'm going to show it off on one of these videos, but I may or may not have a whole binder full of pack rats. Yes, I did that. I went there. So we got ourselves the anime border pack rat. Anime all art borderless pack rat. Okay, cool. Now I'm back together. Savra anime style. Retro border Python Needle. Not bad. And the Bedeck and Bedazzle for our rare. Cloudfin Raptor. Different art from before with retro border. Hope everybody knows what Evolve does. The Aristocrat. I do have an Aristocrats deck. It actually was pretty fun. Compulsive Research, Retro. All right, let's set these aside. Actually, foil's going here. See, I'm well organized, everybody. I swear to God. All right, Rakdos Guildgate, Morai, Light Up the Stage. Spectacle was definitely pretty cool. Muddle the Mixture. I think this is something I'm going to set aside as well. Throwkill Assassin. The Unleashed mechanic was pretty good. Another downgraded card, Judge's Familiar, used to be an uncommon. Sinister Sabotage, and the Macabre Waltz. All right, we have gone halfway through this box. So far, no serialized action. I'm not going to hold my breath. It'd be great, but whatever. We're doing this for fun. Definitely have some pulls that I think will sell relatively well. Have some pulls that are definitely going to help me in building commander decks. And I'm being a little too careful here, but I'm not trying to ruin cards here. All right, I should just use the scissors. Like, I should be pro at this by now, right? I don't even know how many videos I've done. It's not even that I've done so many videos, but I've watched quite a few videos of people doing this for years. So I should be well versed in this all action now. All right, behind the bird token, we got Karlov of the Ghost Council, anime foil. It's going to go hang out with Pack Rat over here. Although I think that's going to be a little bit more value than Pack Rat. Pack Rat's just a special card to me. Krenko Mob Boss, anime. Pariah Shield. Tomic. Yeah. And we got a Retro Border, Debt to the Debtless, which this could go in one of my commander decks. Dredge. Narco Amoeba. We'll set that there. Just cause. Drift of Phantasms. Alright, Guildgate, Overwhelm. Golgari Find Broker. Mausoleum Turnkey. The Coiling Oracle. Faith's Fetters. Greater Forgeling. And Horncaller's Chant. Alright. Okay, not bad. I'm trying to remember, did they print Stinkweed in this set? I hope they did. It's kind of funny because, you know, we can get the Retro Border Golgari Thug here, But Time Spiral Remastered had the Stinkweed retro border. You know what? Stinkweed's probably in here. Like, I should remember this, everybody. I mean, the Grave Troll's in here. Yeah, I think the Moss Dog's even in this set. All right, I'm showing my bias, everybody. Elf Knight into Sword of Peruns. Ooh, pretty. Pretty. We got ourselves a Godless Shrine. Borderless. Oh, retro border, Divine Visitation. Oh my god. Definitely setting that aside. Sleep pile. I can't remember which one it is. Just remember when you use Hiding Needle. Name your cards right, everybody. All right, Gornis, and then Coiling Oracle. Retro. Light Up the Stage. Retro. Simic Guildgate. Woo! Okay, cool. We got ourselves a double hit. I think I remember doing this in some of the card unboxings I've done on this set. I've gotten that random extra Shockland out of, you know, the other land slot. Okay, the Giant. Yet again, I believe this was a rare. Maybe I might be wrong, but a rare when it was printed in Return to Ravnica. The Wormweaver Coil, Rectus Firewheeler, Velkadin Mesmerist, Taste for Mayhem, Armory Guard, and the Radical Idea. So I'm going to remember Return to Ravnica block a lot more. Guilds of Ravnica sets, don't recall them super well. And then, of course, the original Ravnica set, like I took the break and I wasn't buying cards, so I'm not going to be able to list all the downgrades. I'm not going to know as much as a lot of others do, but I'm going to try my best here. Just like I'm trying to open these cards up without doing any kind of substantial damage to any of them. Being a little too cautious, making my video go over the 20-minute mark. I've already lost attention from, I don't know, 20 people, if they were even there. If I did this live, who knows where how be. All right, Sapperling token into Bob. We got Bob here. Retro border foil Dark Confidant. Unfortunately, not the same value it used to have, but still a significant card. It's also mythic. Beautiful Life from the Loam. Anime borderless. We'll just put it there. Spark Double, Retro Border, Repose, or Response and Resurgence, and then we got Vindictive Vampire, Retro Border. You know, good for another set of Aristocrat decks. Mage Right Stone, Krenko's Command, and we got lucky last time with the Overgrown Tomb, but this time we still got lucky with a Signet. So we'll set that aside. Putrefy, good old removal. Eyes Everywhere. I'm trying to remember. I believe I played a guy in a sealed tournament, and he ran this card and he used it. It was like whatever. All right, cool. We're into that story. Boros Guildgate, Casmina's Transmutation, Morning Thrall, Keening Apparition. Almost wondering if this was another downgrade, but whatever. And Dogpile. Okay, let's keep going. The nostalgia just hit me, everybody. Kind of want to do another one of these for Ravnica Remastered, but it's not like I have infinite money, everybody. I'm not like super rich, you know, power broker or whatever. I don't buy Magic cards like wholesale or anything. I usually just buy them, you know, just like everybody else does from my local stores, or if I need to, online. Dude, I am failing on this one. All right, let's go. Okay, down to the last couple packs. I do want to do more of this. The set was a lot more fun than originally you would have thought. All right, Spirit Token into ooh-wee. I don't know what was behind there, but we got ourselves the Retro Border Deathrite Shaman foil. Just a couple weeks ago, I sold quite a few of these for a decent amount. I wasn't selling them for super high value, but people were speculating that this was going to get unbanned. I had my cards listed to where they were. People bought them, you know, like, but it did not get unbanned. Still, beautiful card. It's also, if I remember correctly, this is the very first Retro Border dual mana cost card. All right, setting aside, this is getting sleeved, top loaded. Overgrown Tomb again. Oh, beautiful. Okay, I'm not going to complain at all. We got ourselves a Retro Border Hallowed Fountain. Master of Cruelties. Super fun card. I don't really know what to do with this one, but don't know if it's really worth it or not, but I might still foil it, list it, or sleeve it, list it. Guildgate for Retro Border foil. Muddle the Mixture. Guildgate, and then we got another Guildgate. Double Demir Guildgates. Dread Malkin, Sunhome Stalwart, Sunder Shaman, Azorius Arrestor with the Detain mechanic, the Red Giant Growth, Keymaster Rogue, and Mephitic Vapors. 2 packs left. All good things must end, everybody. I do have a couple other boxes of this, but I really don't think I'm going to crack them. I might just end up selling them. I mean, let's be real. I got to pay rent and everything too, everybody. You know? So, as usual, a lot of these cards you see that are opened here, they will end up on my online store, wherever that may be. At least you get to see most of the cards opened here. As soon as this video is done, I'm going to start sleeving and top loading as I did here live, but I'm not going to do that for every card here because you're going to get really bored. I'm already pushing the half an hour realm. Woo! Okay, this one's getting sleeve top loaded right now. We got ourselves Steam Vents foil borderless. I'm definitely having fun here. Definitely having some fun. All right. Oh, this set. I love this set. It's too bad we didn't get any kind of serialized action, but whatever. Hellkind Tyrant, Cindervines, Thrash Threat, The Ultimate Price foil, Debt to the Debt List, Sohana Ledgewalker, and then we're getting to Guildgate, Nightveil Predator, Homing Lightning, the Guild Mage of Golgari, the Drudge Beetle, Siege Worm, Gobhobbler Rats, and the Titanic Brawl. All right. This is it, everybody. My last pack of today's edition of Ravnica Remastered. If I sell enough cards, maybe, and I get enough of demand, maybe I'll do another one of these. Maybe I'll even buy some more of the set. The set was way more fun than I thought it would be. And I'm enjoying the hell out of this too. I mean, like, definitely have some cards I'm stoked about. I may not make much of my money back on the payment of this set, but I had a blast. And I hope you did too. I'm not going to ask anybody to like, subscribe, or whatever. You can do what you want. I am just doing this for the fun of it. So, yeah, nothing else to mention. All right, last token we have here. We got ourselves an Elf Knight and a Retro Border Massacre Girl. Oh, the Raise Boar. I remember when this was a big deal. And this is the anime alt art of it. Oh, and the bane of Dredge players like myself. I should just burn this card now. I'm not, obviously, because it's playable, but I could. Copy Enchantment. And the meme of memes, Fibblethip. If anybody remembers when this card came out, it was just the memes that came out for it. Had the name of the character there. He ended up becoming a mainstay of Ravnica. Actually, he does have a legendary card in here. Watch. I'm surprised I didn't open one, actually. I can't remember what it was called, but we'll see. I haven't opened it. It's kind of interesting. All right. Guildgate, Cloudfin. Hey, and we got ourselves another Signet. I'll take it. Farseek, not bad. Not bad at all. Experiment 1. Retained itself as an uncommon, or was this a common? I can't remember. This was definitely a good card back in the day. Sharktocrab, Karam, Eyes in the Sky, Repeal, Petrahydrox, and that's it. All right, I have no bonus round. I have nothing else. I am kind of stoked about some of the cards I've opened here. So no complaints on my end. But yeah, this is my poll. I don't really have much else to say. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you watched, yeah, from here, we'll see what I end up cracking next. I still have. Maybe I should just do a double round of some more Innistrad. Oh, and I could pull it out and show it off right now, but I also have some. I have another Duskmourn box. I really like Duskmourn. Do you like Duskmourn? Crickets. That's what I get for not doing this live. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. Until next time. I don't know. Witty catchphrase. There you go. All right. Bye.